Have you ever wondered if the biggest threat after losing a spouse isn't loneliness at all? Most people over 65 believe the hardest part of widowhood is learning to live alone. That's what friends say. That's what movies show. That's even what many families expect. But decades of research suggest something far more surprising is happening beneath the surface, something that quietly affects the brain, the heart, and even how long a person may live. And the most remarkable part is that the people who recover best often do one thing that almost no one talks about today. We're uncovering 3 powerful secrets that help some older adults not only survive the loss of a husband or wife, but actually thrive afterward. One of these secrets has repeatedly appeared in aging research, yet many seniors never hear about it until years later. Stay with me, because the second secret may completely change how you think about grief, resilience, and the future. For generations, Americans believed grief followed a simple path: lose someone you love, give yourself time, and eventually life returns to normal. But researchers now know that grief, especially after age 70, is far more complex. It doesn't just affect emotions. It influences blood pressure, immune function, sleep quality, memory, decision-making, and even physical mobility. One of the turning points in aging science came through long-term studies conducted by researchers following thousands of older adults over many years. Investigators from institutions, including the National Institute on Aging, and findings from large population studies have consistently shown that social connection, physical activity, and purpose in life strongly influence recovery after major life losses. These discoveries challenge the old belief that aging is simply a steady decline. But here's the mystery: if two people lose a spouse at the same age, why does one slowly regain confidence while the other continues struggling for years? They may have similar incomes, similar health histories, and similar support from family, yet their futures often look dramatically different. The answer doesn't begin in their 70s. It begins decades earlier. When we're young adults, relationships shape much more than happiness. They influence routines, financial habits, physical activity, eating patterns, stress responses, and even sleep. Couples gradually build invisible systems together. One remembers birthdays, the other manages finances. One cooks, the other drives. One encourages exercise, the other schedules doctor appointments. These shared responsibilities become so natural that most people never notice how much they rely on them. Then life moves into the 40s. Careers become busier. Parents begin aging. Children become independent. Many couples settle into routines that feel permanent. Small health changes appear. Exercise becomes less consistent. Friendships become fewer. Social circles often shrink because work and family consume most available time. Without realizing it, many adults begin depending almost entirely on their spouse for emotional support, companionship, daily conversation, and shared decision-making. Nothing seems wrong because everything still works. Then comes the quiet shift after 70. Researchers have found that this stage of life often brings multiple transitions at once. Retirement changes daily structure. Chronic medical conditions become more common. Friends relocate or pass away. Adult children become busy with their own families. Social opportunities gradually decrease. For many couples, their relationship quietly becomes the center of almost every daily interaction. That's beautiful. But it also creates an unexpected vulnerability. When one spouse dies, the survivor isn't only grieving a loved one, they're suddenly losing routines, confidence, identity, companionship, and sometimes even practical life skills that had been shared for decades. This is where many families misunderstand what happens next. They assume time alone heals everything. Science suggests otherwise. Studies have shown that bereavement during older adulthood is associated with increased risks of depression, poorer sleep, reduced physical activity, and worsening chronic health conditions. Researchers have even identified what is sometimes called the widowhood effect, where the surviving spouse faces an elevated risk of illness and mortality during the months following a partner's death. The reasons are complex, involving stress hormones, disrupted routines, loneliness, and changes in health behaviors. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Not every older adult follows this pattern. Some recover emotionally faster than expected. Some become physically stronger. Some discover entirely new purpose despite experiencing profound grief. Why? The answer begins with the first secret. It isn't pretending everything is fine. It isn't forcing happiness, and it certainly isn't forgetting the person they loved. The first secret is rebuilding daily structure before waiting for motivation. Researchers studying healthy aging repeatedly observe that consistent routines reduce stress, improve sleep, encourage movement, and restore a sense of control after major life disruptions. The people who gradually recover often begin with surprisingly small actions. They wake up at the same time. They prepare healthy meals. They take morning walks. They attend community activities. They keep medical appointments. They create predictability even while emotions remain unpredictable. That sounds simple, but it's remarkably powerful because the brain craves patterns. When grief disrupts everything familiar, restoring even a few daily routines helps reduce uncertainty and create small, psychological victories that accumulate over time. Yet, many grieving seniors unknowingly do the opposite. They stay indoors longer. They skip meals. They cancel appointments. They stop exercising. They wait until they feel ready. Unfortunately, motivation often follows action rather than preceding it. And that's exactly why the second secret surprises nearly everyone. At first glance, it appears unrelated to grief. In fact, many people dismiss it completely, but researchers increasingly believe it may be one of the strongest predictors of long-term resilience after losing a spouse. We'll reveal that surprising secret shortly, because understanding why it works first makes all the difference. If this conversation is already helping you or reminding you of someone you care about, take a moment to like this video and share it with family or friends. You never know who may quietly need this message today. In the next part, we'll uncover the unexpected second secret, the hidden mistake that keeps many older adults trapped in grief, and the third habit that helps transform loss into a renewed sense of purpose. And if you don't want to miss that next chapter, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so we can continue this journey together.